Tippu is spelled T-I-P-P-U, and Tip is T-I-P. Now, Tippu Tip was born circa 1837. Yes. His real name was Hamad ibn Muhammad ibn Jum'ah ibn Rajab ibn Muhammad ibn Sa'ad al-Murjabi. That's his name. I know it's a long name, but that's his name. You want to take it again? Full name, Hamad ibn Muhammad ibn Jum'ah ibn Rajab ibn Muhammad ibn Sa'ad al-Murjabi. Simply known as Tippu Tip. As you see here, Tippu Tip was a Muslim. He was an Afro-Omani, and he dealt in ivory, the tusk of the elephant. He became one of the wealthiest individuals in Oman and the whole of the sub-region. I beg your pardon, Zanzibar, including the rest of the sub-region. He became one of the wealthiest. My brother, my sister, he had a plantation. And this was a plantation of cloves. C-L-O-V-E-S, cloves. Some people say cloves. My brother, my sister, a whole plantation. And so many people came in there to buy. He was also an explorer who explored the whole region and came all the way to the present day Ghana to trade. In fact, he was also a governor. He was a sultan. My brother, my sister, he worked as a sultan and a governor. My brother, my sister, he was the Sultan of Kasongo. I'm sure it's ringing a bell in your ear. Some of you are hearing Kasongo for the first time as in a country. You only hear it on social media. Kasongo, hey, Kaberi Nanga. You hear it a lot on social media. But this is Kasongo. My brother, my sister, in Menima. And where do we find Kasongo? Kasongo is a town and a territory in the Menima province of the east of the Democratic Republic of the Congo. It is called Kasongo. My brother, my sister, he spread his power across all of these areas. Hey, he had a profitable trading venture that spread all the way to Central Africa, including the Congo Basin. At the point, he even dealt in slaves. My brother, my sister, selling slaves and doing a lot in the world of slavery. My brother, my sister, Tippu Tip, as you were told, was born in 1832. His mother was called Bint Habib bin Bushir. And she was a Muscat Arab of the ruling class. They were rich. My brother, my sister, Muscat is the capital of Oman. Her mother was from Oman. Her father, I beg your pardon, his father, my brother, my sister, was the one who was black. Yes. He settled in Zanzibar. And there he was able to build a whole kingdom for himself, selling ivory, cloves, ginger, gold, and salt. He was the go-to person. He had a lot of power. He had so many cloth plantations in Zanzibar, at a place called Zanzibar. My brother, my sister, it's a whole country on its own, Zanzibar. We all know Zanzibar, don't we? Zanzibar is a Tanzanian archipelago off the coast of East Africa. We all know that, right? In fact, David Livingstone, Abdul Sharif, and all these explorers, including Henry Morton Stanley, wrote about Tippu Tip, his wealth and his power. In fact, some of them even visited him in Zanzibar. He traded and came all the way to present-day Ghana, where he sold cloves, salt, and so on and so forth. In fact, at a point, he was involved in the Congo-Arab War. He fought so hard to protect black people from Arab invasion and also to protect his own territory. In fact, Tippu Tip left Congo. The authority of King Leopold was beginning to rise in the area. He fought him so much. My brother, my sister, he did all he could to protect his people. But after returning to Zambia, I beg your pardon, Zanzibar, somewhere around 1890, Tippu Tip retired. He set out to write an account of his life, which is the first example of a literary genre of autobiography in Bantu Swahili language. He wrote about himself. The book was translated later. Then he died on the 13th of June in 1905, having caught malaria. My brother, my sister, in his hometown of Stone Town, in main town Zanzibar, he died of malaria from his numerous, escapades. And this is in front of Tippu Tip's house. This is there. And what is written there? Residence of the famous Arab trader, Hamad bin Muhammad bin Murjibi. That's Tippu Tip, who built up a large trading empire in the Eastern Congo in the 19th century. With Belgian colonization of the Congo, he returned to Zanzibar, where he acquired many clove plantations and built his house. He died in Zanzibar in 1905, 4 years before Kwame Nkrumah was born, and was buried nearby. My brother, my sister, his house was a story building, huge and big. Today we remember Tippu Tip. Yes, he was involved in slave trading, but he was a businessman who believed in agriculture, believed in mining, and in fact, he also protected his people from Arab invasion. But in the Congo, where he did a lot, Leopold II took over and he had to return to Zanzibar, where he lived and died and was buried here. You can see his grave here. That was where Tippu Tip was buried. My brother, my sister, there's a statue of Tippu Tip in Zanzibar, standing there thick and tall. Today we remember this man. He dealt in slave trade, which was too bad. But he also did some things that helped black people in the Congo and also in Zanzibar. We remember you today. In the wedding of knowledge, I ask you, a slave trader who was also a cloth foundation owner, a businessman who dealt in ivory, gold, and salt, including ginger. Tippu Tip. Now that you know his story, what would you do? Be an ole mini obafe. Yenzunda kagane mezaka yine. Ye ampa bango bokaya ndang. Fifia ye nyanu kaina wo. Ana we be den lele anjima singa be kunne. Lele anjima singa beiri. It's been the African history class. And today we've been talking about Tippu Tip.
The emperor, the conqueror, the champion, the lion is